Shalom. I want to say all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Okah, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at GMS who rule well. Shalom to you, Akim, pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Blessings to you, Akim, and to you, Akwath, and Thwada, Yahbashim, Yahushai, for letting me do this video through the spirit and the power. And this is from PressTV.com, article about an ongoing event in Syria, which United led by the U.S. Have been going through an ongoing thing against the Syrian people, and another event has been came out as them using war tactics against them. Not directly, but indirectly, and the UN is stepping in, intervening. You see, this article is entitled "U.S.-led coalition uses white phosphorus bombs against Syrian city Damascus, October 29th." It reads, Syrian ambassador to the United Nations, Bashar al-Jafari, says the so-called international coalition led by the United States has once again used white phosphorus bombs against Hajin city in Syria's troubled eastern province of Diyar al-Zar. Speaking at an UN Security Council meeting on Monday, the Syrian diplomat further condemned the use of banned weapons by the U.S.-led coalition against the small city. In a brief history, like I mentioned, the event going on as far as using bombs and chemical warfare, chemical weapons. You see, if you remember, 2013 is, which I remember it like it was yesterday. Watching it on Dabu 7 channel, watching it on RT. The U.S. was basically, they try to frame Bashar al-Assad, which is the leader of Syria to this day, elected, mind you. So they voted him in, that he bombed his own people with gas his own people. You see, and murdered off some of his people, which was what Esau would call propaganda. Pushing that narrative to get him up out of his seat. You see, but you see now, U.S. is being blamed for that. And I'm going to read on. His comments came a few hours after Syria's official news agency Sana, citing local sources, reported that earlier in the day, the so-called coalition had shelled several localities in Hajin, some 110 kilometers east of Deir al-Zar, al-War, with white phosphorus munitions that can maim and kill by burning to the bone. So that's nothing to play with, and I believe it's banned. You see, and U.S.-led military is doing that, and for what reason? I thought the terrorists, formerly known as ISIS, was gone, which they're not, because I was doing research. I seen that they sprouted back up, which we know what the business with that is. It says on October 13th, Sana also reported that the U.S.-led coalition reportedly fighting the Takfiri Daesh terrorists. Daesh, I believe that's another branch of ISIS. It says terrorist group dropped an internationally banned white phosphorus bomb in Hajin On September 8th, two F-15 warplanes of the U.S. force targeted the same Syrian city with white phosphorus bombs. In June last year, Human Rights Watch warned that the U.S.-led coalition was deploying white phosphorus bombs in both Iraq and Syria. And the first scripture that brought made me think of this is Habakkuk 2 and 5. It reads, "Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine." Who is that? Who you call a so-called white man today, who is self-proclaimed, which biblically his name is Esau. Okay, and it says, "He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." But the point was in that he neither keepeth at home. He can't be still. He can't he can't stay in his own land. Okay, that's the breakdown to that. He has to be in other people's business, in other people's lands, making war with them. That is the nature of the so-called white man. You see, he's a proud man. He wants everything. He wants all the land. Okay, in which the terrorists that were created by them, going back to George Bush and Obama, they did it for resource purposes. So like resource purposes. And Psalm 55. What's that? It was in the book of Psalms 55, I believe it is. Okay. The one I'm looking for. To destroy the Salakia. I think it's 20. No, that's not it. I gotta look for it. Salakia. But I'm gonna read the rest of this article. Okay. Oh yeah. Some more. It's a little bit more on this article. Elsewhere in his remarks, Jafari added that terrorists in Obeid had fired at least 40 rockets at Aleppo city, which Aleppo was getting pummeled a while back. Aleppo was. There's a lot of going on in the city of Aleppo, which it calmed down, but who knows what's to happen now, you know, because it always calms down for a while, but then it sprouts back up, you see. But the so-called best believe that the so-called white man has his hand on everything, because the world, you see, is a stage. The world is a stage. Every man, every leader in every nation plays its part. I know. I remember that scripture was in his heart. Salakia. Okay, yeah, Psalms. I knew it was Psalms. This is Psalms 55 and 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than evil, or Slakia, than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So the so-called white man comes with peace, but he has a sword behind his back. He's reaching out his right hand to shake your hand, but in his left hand he has a dagger, a jinsu knife ready to stab you. You see, and on a broader scale, he sets up different agreements with you, but he breaks them. And he has a scheme behind it to mess you over and mess the deals he has plans with you. That's why everyone is turning on the United States. As of right now, Donald Trump he's saying that the United Nations is a foe. Not to get off subject, and I'm gonna read this other part of this article in the about this part. It doesn't even mention the 2013 attack that happened. But I'm gonna read a little bit of this part and put the article inside the video. It says Jafari also said that Syria believed in the neutral, independent, and non-politicized role of the world body in assisting the Syrians affected by terrorism and militancy, stressing that this role must respect Syria's sovereignty, independence, and territorial integrity. But United States doesn't respect that. You see, the United States is going to do what they have to do to get what they have to get. Okay, they do not want Bashar al-Assad in power. You see, he is a threat against them, and when you're a threat against the power that be, they come against you. For example, Saddam Hussein. I think it's not Hugo Chavez, if I'm not mistaken. Any nation that wants to not use the dollar, American dollar anymore, they come against them and try to murder them. They go as far as try to put them to death. Okay, so this is so-called white man. He's proud. He can't keep it to home. He loves shedding blood. You see, and there's going to be more heat that goes on in the Valley of Jehoshaphat in the Middle East, where World War III is going to kick off. Lord willing, this video was edifying. So all praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders and apostles at GMS who rule well. Shalom, peace and salutations to you. Akim out there pushing his work in truth and sincerity. Thawada Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai for letting me do this video. Until next time, I'm going to say shalom.